Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's your guys over here at MLK Squared. I'm MLK Jr.
I'm MLK Senior. What's up, everybody?
And we are
Hey.
continuing the ACC deep dives. This episode, we have North Carolina.
Woo.
Tradition is tradition. Let's start off with Pops. What do you got for us?
Well, the Tar Heels. What can you say about North Carolina Tar Heel football team that hasn't already been said about Russia? This team, I'm serious. This team, it's a riddle wrapped inside a mystery, inside an enigma. Their coach is Bill Belichick, legendary NFL coach. He's 74 years old. Their offensive coordinator is Bobby Neck Brace Petrino, who's 65 years old. And Belichick's girlfriend is 25 years old. And the defensive coordinator is Belichick's son. He's 40 years old. The over-under win projection on this team is 4.5 games. And I personally would take the under. I just do not. This team is more about. There's just a lot of, I feel like, outside stuff going on. I don't think Petrino's going to be the answer to fix anything. I think they're inexperienced. They start off the season with TCU, and then they go on the road.
That's upset alert.
Yeah, whatever. Then they go to East Tennessee State. I think that game could be in question.
Okay, no, bro.
Then they go on the road at Clemson, and then they play Notre Dame, and then at Pittsburgh, at Duke. They're not going to do anything. This team, I'm just not sure what they're doing. They lost a ton of guys in the portal, and I just don't see it. I mean, I went through there. I mean, maybe you got some stuff pulled up, and you've pulled some hope to the surface, but I just don't. I don't understand. It's not even the coaches. I don't understand what the university is doing. Of all the competent younger coaches and people that are out there, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know that Bill Belichick he's not a booster talking guy and schmoozing people and raising NIL money and going to talk to parents. And Bobby Petrino walking into a parent's house saying, "We're going to take care of your kids," is laughable. Absolutely laughable.
You're making this really hard for what I'm gonna say.
Well, I mean, you can have your opinion. That's fine, but I don't know. Prove me wrong, but I think this team's a kind of a joke, and so I've got them under 4 wins this year.
Okay, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Time to bring some light to the North Carolina Tar Heels, who have a beautiful light blue. I'm personally not a fan of North Carolina, but I put my biases aside, and I'm here to make this. This season for Bill Belichick is a make it or break it year for him, in my personal opinion.
Break it.
It is definitely a make it or break it year for him. If they don't make a bowl game, he is going to get canned, and honestly, he doesn't have that much time anyway in his life to even be coaching football. To be honest, this is kind of ruining his GOAT case to be a legendary coach in football in general. It's kind of messing him up. It's kind of like if Nick Saban stayed in the NFL. It's just completely different. Bill Belichick and Nick Saban are completely similar, like as coaches, about their legendary status. But Bill Belichick's just better at coaching than Nick Saban, so Bill Belichick should be in the NFL, and Nick Saban's better at managing the program, so he should be in college.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. This is the learning curve for Bill Belichick needs to be smaller this year. Last year was his first year, and I can understand how old is he? How would you say?
He's 74.
How a 74-year-old man it's kind of rough recruiting and getting transfers in your first year.
He's been around just about as long as the NBA has been around.
Wow. I can understand for a 74-year-old man, it's hard to keep up with this NIL and transfer portal stuff. But after 1 year, the learning curve is it doesn't matter anymore to program. So he needs to get get in shape and do a lot better this year. And I think he did okay with the people he brought in this season, as we'll talk about in a little bit. Petrino's offense shows to be a quick passing game offense, quick decisions by the quarterback, and getting those small gains to make a third and manageable so you can run the ball, get that first down. It's the kind of offense that's just simple for the team, and hopefully... Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, nothing. No reason.
No reason.
No reason.
And in my personal opinion, I think they did a solid job with the transfers they got out of the transfer portal. There's a couple guys I feel bad for, but I feel like they can fit their scheme that they want. Defense, their front four is a key success to how this team's going to perform. I think their defensive line is going to be the best they've had in a while. They have the sack leader returning. Melkar Abdul Joe. I promise I looked up how to pronounce that last night. I probably completely butchered that, but I was really trying to get it because he's probably their most important player on the team. He led the ACC in sacks last year with 10.5 and is looking to have an all-ACC season, and that is a really good player to return back to this team and not transfer away from this program. Their quarterback they got from the portal from Wisconsin, mostly known for playing QB at Maryland, is Billy Edwards. He's not the worst quarterback of all time. He definitely fits the scheme, I believe, and the quick decision making, and I think he can make those passes they need him to make. I believe he's mainly. I just think he's a great player to fit their scheme that they want to run over here at North Carolina. Their running back, Demon June. First of all, dope name. I ain't gonna lie. Led the team in rushing last season and was third in catches as a true freshman last year, and I expect him that he can make a pretty big jump in his sophomore season. And really, these years for North Carolina is just trying to build them up so they can be something in the future. Just like Syracuse, how we talked about earlier off camera. I think these kind of years help with that discipline factor and just help you get to that next level as a program. And I think these two guys can help do that. Wide receiver Jordan Shipp led the team last year in statistics such as catches, he had 60, yards with 671, and touchdowns with 6. Obviously not the most amazing since he led the team with those, but it was a rough year.
It was a rough year.
It was a rough year. And to be honest, in those games last season, there were games they were competitive with teams that they shouldn't have been competitive with. Well, I believe they were very competitive with California, and the reason they lost is because the guy fumbled out of the end zone, trying to reach for the end zone and fumbled, and California recovered. So I think the California game was very close. They lost 18-21, and then the next week they lost 16-17 against a ranked Virginia team. So they were competitive in a lot of these games. Lost 25-32 to Duke, which is a solid competitive game for them. I mean, they really in that mid part of the year they really showed that they can be a working football team, which is good for them. And I think Jordan Shipp is also one of my potential breakout players. I think he can take that step to be the number one receiver and get more catches, maybe even break 1,000 yards if possible, if the O-line can hold up for the QB, and I think he can take that step. And my main guy is one of my personal favorite players, Jelani Thurman, college football video game legend and Ohio State legend. I'm a big fan of Thurman. He's most known for a 4th down conversion with Ohio State where Will Howard threw it to him and he bobbled the ball like 16 times and barely caught it. That was pretty hilarious. I can throw that clip in here. Well,
rolls out of the pocket to throw it. In trouble. Howard! Caught! Yes, it is!
While you're watching this, And I believe he could be a matchup nightmare in the red zone specifically. I think he'll be great in the red zone. I think he'll have a great touchdown, amount of touchdowns this season. I labeled him as a potential touchdown machine. And I think the ACC won't really be able to handle him if they get the right schemes for him. And I think that'll be rough for other ACC teams to guard a guy that big. I believe both of these guys will have breakout seasons, and I believe they can improve. And if I think they'll go over their win total, but it'll be with 5 wins. Thank y'all for watching this episode of MLK Squared. Hope you enjoyed. We have deep dives coming every single day until college football season shows up. And that's where the peak of this channel will come through, is those college football seasons. Everything's coming on. Please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm MLK Jr.
I'm the old man.
See ya.
Peace.